How often do you practice?
Until until 4 days ago, never.
Never.
Yeah, like, cause I play locals. Like, I just entered brackets there, and I mean, advice for anyone who sees this: that's the best practice you get. Like, it's good. You should absolutely practice at home too. Like, I'm not encouraging not to practice. That was just a me thing, right? But like, I do think it's important to like know what you're getting out of the practice you do. So you practice at home, use training mode, you try to figure out situations and lap things, right? To like so you can deal with stuff better, be more optimal, whatnot, learn matchups. And then you could, you put online queue, like ranked and stuff to get like practicing against different play styles, you're in sets of people, right? And all that. But like the best practice you get is locals where you get like where you have to deal with the nerves. So like that's why I always say I'm like even if you don't do like other practice, if you come to locals and play like often, like you're usually fine. But if you're trying to obviously if you're trying to get better, you gotta practice on every area. I say it's an equation like of like getting better fighting games. It's three things. It's offline brackets, uh what's it called? Training mode, right? And no, sorry, offline practice, sets with people, like long sets, and then just online queue. Like a combination of that. And obviously, you have training mode there, but like I'm talking about in terms of playing matches, you need a combination of all three, and I think offline is the most important. But if you're missing any of them, it's gonna hurt your tournament performance, like in the long run, because what happens is like, let's say you practice offline a lot, and you run long sets of people, so it's like you don't have to deal with the nerves, right? And like uh, you can adapt to like longer sets and whatnot. But then if you don't like practice online ever, like and just get matched with different characters, different people like randomly, what happens is you're gonna run into a lot of people in bracket where like even though like you're like really good at the game, you might just get like knowledge checked and shit because it's like you're unfamiliar with stuff like a certain play style because like what I'm saying, like people online in like every fighting game I've played, like people online usually play very different from like offline players, but it's like if you know how to deal with both, then you can get really far offline. So that's like it's a super important thing I tell people. I'm like, don't grind ranked all day, type of thing. Don't training mode all day. Don't only play locals. I'm like, do a bit of everything, and then holistically become a much better player. So that's like, uh, I mean, I went on a tangent, but that's kind of my like perspective on it. That like, I just recommend people to just shift their mindset towards that because I think some people just like they just play to play, and they think it makes them better. But I'm like, you gotta play the different types I'm saying, and you also gotta like actively practice and work on the shit that you need to. Like you can't be neglectful or like ignorant towards the stuff you're losing to. Because if you lose after that, I mean it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like the consistent players, like in every fighting game, like it's always the same people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, and it's people that rise up, but like it's not like you have someone who does really well consistently and then just become bad. Like that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a long journey where you have to build on it over time. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. Yeah, very long winded, but I do think like anyone who hears this should like think about that. Like it's super important. Like to not tunnel vision on like one form of practice. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you very much.
Got you, bro. Thank you.